good afternoon. Welcome to New Indian Express Terra. How are you?
I'm good. I want to know where you are. It's really pretty.
Uh, it's the office that I work in, and I just took little advantage of the terrace.
It's really lovely.
Okay, and welcome back to the big screen. Or like now,
Yeah.
OTTs are like the big screen now. So
Yeah.
welcome back. You've been missing in action for quite some time.
Hasn't
How is
everyone?
it going? Getting back on screen in front of the camera?
Uh, uh Great. I haven't really been missing in my books, so it's been great. Thank you.
Yeah, like I mean, what I mean is we have seen you in Angry Indian Goddesses, and there was Inside Edge. There were a couple of things coming up, but you in your flavor, what I mean is there have been still like I mean, okay, 2020 was where everybody were missing. That's
I
a
know
difference.
everybody's life just hit skip.
Yeah, so that's probably one of the things. But yeah, can you tell us about the Tandav, your journey in Tandav? How has it been?
Tandav's been a mammoth journey for me. It's been a dream come true. I've been really blessed to be able to work with Ali Abbas Zafar, who I've been wanting to work with for a very long time. And I cannot still believe that I'm sharing a screen with Saif Ali Khan, Dimple Kapadia, Tigmanshu Dhulia, Shonali Nagrani. There's just Gaur Khan, there's Dino Moria, there's everybody, Kritika. There's just so many. Zishan. There's, like I said, there are a couple of scenes where everybody is together, and I remember walking onto those scenes and the set and being like, wow, what is going on? So yes, just incredibly grateful, incredibly happy, and super excited to see what the audiences are going to think about it.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your role a little bit? Because the political drama looks action packed and things look quite uh, mysterious, though out in the open one can guess, but still there is a hell lot of mystery around it. So, what kind of role is yours that take the story forward?
I'm glad you put it that way because it's actually like that. Because if you watch the trailer carefully, there are some Easter eggs in it that get revealed. However, there still is mystery to it. So I'm really glad that you picked that up, and I'm really glad that that's come through because every character has a shade of gray. Every single character has a shade of gray, including mine. Aisha has it was difficult for me to identify with Aisha because she's nothing like I am. She's extremely she's not very dramatic. She's not very animated. She doesn't really speak unless she really has something important to say. She's not easily excited. And Aisha's sole purpose in life is to make sure her husband's goals and dreams and ambition comes true. That's her sole purpose in life. So she's a very ideal wife in that sense. And I'm not married myself, so it's interesting for me to step into those shoes and play that kind of role. She's not. When I say that that's her sole ambition in life, she still is a very strong character by herself. She has her own opinions, her own personality, but she's very much Saif's Summer's partner in crime. And she's very much the love of his life, and she takes great pride in that. And through the storyline, you can see how that unquestioned loyalty plays out.
Okay. And do you personally get involved in a lot of politics when it comes to like following up, or like did you take any real life inspiration to build up a character like this? Because as you said, it's nothing like yours, so you have to take something. So how did you build it up in your head so that you can portray it?
I was informed entirely by the script. I like to keep abreast of what's going on in the country politically, but I don't deep dive into anything. I also refrain strictly from having political and religious conversations with most of my friends. They know this about me. I only will talk about it if I'm with somebody who I'm really comfortable with and somebody who I trust and somebody who's not going to get offended by it, because it just is one of those subjects, politics and religion. It's a no brainer. You just don't want to get into this conversation. At least I don't. Having said that, my preparation, as I said, was very much informed by the script, because the way the script is written, Gaurav has done such an amazing job. The script is so thoroughly um, complete in itself. The characters are so complete in itself that everything you need as an actor to build your characters in there. I For my preparation, what I did was I kind of made two lists of characteristics of myself and of Aisha, and just sort of made polar opposites. So, for example, if Aisha is quite poised and together, I'm quite animated and loud. Aisha's not very talkative. I'm quite talkative. Aisha's dressed in saris all the time. I'm usually wearing quite boho, casual clothes. So it's and I'm so grateful to Ali to have. I've never played a role like her. So for him to see me in an audition and say, "Oh, I'd like to see this side of Sarah," is a big deal for me, and it shows that the directors put some trust into my capability of an actor. So I just took everything that also Ali and I had discussed. I took everything that was in the script, and I just took myself out of a comfortable position and played Aisha. It was really funny because at the end of the day, I would have so much energy because Aisha's very like, she's just really like, I called her a cat in like a corner. She just sits and stares, and she knows exactly what's going on, but she doesn't say much. She confides mostly just in Summer, and it's really quite yummy to be able to play something like that.
And talking about your character, which is always mostly seen in saris, I personally love saris, but I'm really scared to carry them off sometimes. Just an honest confession from my side. And while shooting, you have to be in saris for quite a long time. Are you a sari person, or how did you manage it?
I'm now a pro. I'm now a bloody pro. Like, I can wear a sari. I can put a sari on with my eyes closed. I don't even need to pin the pleats anymore. I don't need to pin my pallu anymore. I can just drape the sari blindfolded. I can walk around in the sari. Also, the good thing is that they made her she's very practical. So she's not the kind of person who'll do extra drama. So she wears flat shoes with a sari, and flat shoes with a sari is great, right? Because you don't have to worry about falling over yourself. But it's just, the minute I would put the sari on, I would become Aisha. And it's such a great feeling, because she's like political royalty. Summer and her are like political royalty. So it gave me that. And the costume, the HODs of costume have done such a fantastic job with everybody.
And this one, when it comes to you can carry it off like sari or anything else. We have always spoken about how fit you are also. So it's not just about sari being good or you can carry it off, but you just look good in everything, whatever you wear. So, so is there any secret to your fitness, or like you just go all out? Or you're just one of those blessed person who will just eat anything and just get away with it?
I'm a hardworking girl. I also balance out my life. So I try to keep a good mix of healthy and unhealthy. I'm like everybody else. I love my chocolates and my ice creams and my butter chicken, and I love it. I love food. I'm a foodie, but I make sure that I balance it out with healthy things. Like, just before we started this call, I like downed my green juice, and I'll make sure I've drunk lots of water. I make sure I don't drink too much coffee because I don't want to dehydrate my skin. But most importantly, I'm just really passionate about good health. I'm just really passionate about it. It's just something that drives me. I love inspiring people to be the healthiest version of themselves, not just physically, but also mentally. And I think that's where it comes from. So it's not so much. I think everybody is blessed with this body that God has given you, and it's up to you what you can do with it, right? So yeah, everybody has that power.
All right. And also we started the conversation with the thing that where am I? I'm from Bangalore. So it's a building out there, and we always have gardens somewhere, even it's in the terrace or in the
I
hill.
love Bangalore, by the way. I've spent
Just
a lot of time in Bangalore.
oh really?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
I spent a lot of time in Bangalore. I spent about 3 years in Bangalore after college.
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So is that about the your modeling time, or what do you remember about Bangalore that you still carried forward?
So my favorite, I was staying in Koramangala.
Oh really?
I still remember Third Main, Third Cross. I'll never forget. Easy to remember. I stayed in a beautiful bungalow. I was living in Koramangala. One of my favorite things to do was to go to the Sunday champagne brunch at the Leela.
Okay.
Because a really good friend of mine used to head PR over there, and we used to just go and have like swim and eat and drink champagne and just like have the most amazing time. And I loved that you could drive just a couple of like not a couple of minutes, but at least like 45 minutes to an hour outside Bangalore and be in beautiful greenery. And I really like that. I really like that. And lastly, I used to love the TGI Fridays in on Airport Road, which is not there anymore. But
Yeah.
I used to love it because they had the best service, they had the best food, they had the best bartenders, and everybody was just so chilled out. So yeah, these are my some of my favorite things that I used to enjoy in Bangalore.
And anything from the food thing that you love, you just still love it?
Yeah, what is that? Is it an Andhra restaurant? I think it was an Andhra restaurant.
Nagarjuna?
Yes. They used to have, we used to not get anything fancy. We used to just get like rice.
They have a standard meal, so
Did they
it's
have
just
fish?
they have fish. They have fish.
Yes.
They
We
always
used to
have
get
fish.
rice, fish curry, and some papadam, and that was it. And just go for it. Like it was one of my most favorite things to do with my local friends. So that, and then there was a really famous ice cream place which we used to go to in the night.
Corner house.
Yes, that one. No.
We still do the same, like you did it. Like
Yeah. It's just
I think I don't know how old we grow. We're just still going to do the same
yeah, because
thing.
it's it never loses its charm. Every time you go, it just never loses its charm. So, and my most favorite disco to go dance at was Spin.
Okay, all right. And I just wanted to say good luck.
Thank
and just visit the city soon. Probably we would love to meet you once the pandemic kind of dies down a little
I
bit
would
or
too.
whatever it is.
I would too, Monica.
All right. Good luck for your show. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
God bless. Bye.
Bye.